Well, well. How about that Soul Squad? From Lakeisha, if I'm pronouncing that right, Benjamin Retox. Or maybe the album is entitled Retox and the artist itself is called Lakeisha Benjamin. Very sexy African looking woman with a very sexy looking saxophone. If you thought that a female could not play the saxophone, well now you know she can. And look at that. Look at the way she holds that saxophone. Remind you of anything? Ooh. Squint your eyes and maybe you'll see something different. Ooh. Let's see. Some news. Fiscal cliff. Wow, finally some progress. If you've been tuning into CNN, NBC News, what have you, then you're probably aware of this whole thing called the fiscal cliff. According to President Obama, if Democrats and Republicans do not get the going on coming up with a deal for, I guess, the next 4 years that Obama will be in office, as far as like taxes, Medicare, Social Security, whatever, then some major crap is going to happen. And that major crap just happens to be called a fiscal cliff. Now, just to spoil a little bit, I mentioned in the editorial that I'm going to do, tomorrow for TV 22, the last show of the semester, that fiscal cliff at first sounds to me like it's a chin surgery, some special surgery that you get for your, little thing right here. Like, oh yeah, girls have refused to go out with me because I have a Jay Leno. I think I'm going to try the fiscal cliff. Boom. What do you think about that? So, little spoiler alert. So, anybody who's planning to be around me tomorrow for the editorial presentation on TV 22 over here at Eastern, don't pay attention. Pretend like you don't even see this or don't even think this exists. All right. Fiscal cliff. Apparently everybody's taxes will go up in 2013 if we do indeed go to this fiscal cliff. Obviously, that's not wanted. So President Obama is really putting the pressure on Republicans to really compromise. He's willing to compromise on ideas, but he's also not willing to compromise on other ideas. And I think the main idea that he refuses to compromise on is the idea that the rich should have low taxes. He really wants to expire the Bush tax cuts that have been around for, I guess, the past 10, 12 years, which, gives the wealthy a tax benefit because, they produce jobs, they invest in jobs. So apparently the Republican Party think, oh yeah, you guys should deserve a break instead of the actual poor and middle class that's working their butts off and could really use the break. Yeah, President Obama is really trying to work for the middle class, the lower class. If the wealthy get higher taxes, then they'll be able to contribute to those who need the money the most. Now, of course, there are wealthy Republicans that say, hey, I don't want to pay a lot of taxes for freeloaders, for moochers, for people that have not worked as hard as I have to get to this place. Well, believe it or not, Republicans, there are some people out there who are legit, who really are working as hard as they can, but just don't happen to be as rich as you are. So you have to accept that fact. The news just came today that House Speaker John Boehner says that the rich will indeed pay higher taxes. Because I guess for the Republicans, it's either, all right, continue to refuse Obama's plan, and be blamed for taxes going up for everybody in 2013, because that's basically what it is. Like the Republicans, not to point fingers, blah blah blah. But hey, I mean that's what it is. I mean, Obama's the president, so whatever he says goes. And of course, with Obama winning the election, with Obama securing another 4 years, I mean, it's pretty obvious that a huge chunk of the American public agrees on the rich paying higher taxes. So Boehner did make the smart move and saying, all right, we don't have any leverage on us. I mean, we lost an election. We have a Democrat for another 4 years, and I think a democratically controlled House or Congress. I don't know what the details are. So really, what left do we have to do but to just go along with what he says? Now, mind you, I don't think they're going along with everything that Obama says. There are some parts where they're just kind of like, all right, Obama, we're not really feeling you on that. But I think the fact that finally the top 2% get to pay higher taxes, or as Obama says, their fair share. It's finally a step forward. You know, it gives me some confidence that, okay, these next 4 years are not going to be a disaster. They're not going to be like a repeat of kind of like the first year or two of Obama taking office, and especially within the 8 years that Bush took office, where the economy just started to slide. I'm very confident. I don't care what political party you are in. You have to root for the president. I mean, he's the president. You have to root for him to succeed. If you're trying to be like Rush Limbaugh and just saying, I hope this president will fail, then it's like saying, I hope America just gets burned to the ground. I hope America dies. I hope America runs out of money. I hope America becomes the 14th popular country in the world instead of the most popular country in the world. That's basically what you're saying, you know, when you're saying, oh, yeah, I want America to fail under President Obama. You know what I mean? I mean, just stick to the fact that you lost and let bygones be bygones. Get over it. I mean, it's just kind of like how Mitt Romney, I think a few days after the election, was kind of like, oh, Obama won the election because he gave gifts to minorities, and they just all came out to vote for him. And what I saw was, wow, Mitt, timely much? I mean, it's not relevant anymore. Okay, if you lost the election, get over it. Stop crying like a baby. Just accept the fact that you lost and move on. And he did. He got a job as like the head guy of Marriott International. So, you know, kudos to him. But I'm very happy that we finally get some progress instead of just the usual, like, oh, you know, Obama and Republicans are going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, not getting anything done. They finally got something done. So, you know, let's keep on moving. All right? All right. Now, I want to get to the U-Stage question of the week. Shouts out to U-Stage, who I originally thought was a boy, but turns out is a girl. So, hey, honey! I posted a question on the U-Stage group page because that's apparently is the only group page but that will accept me and is actually paying attention to my show. So thank you for all the members on that page that have done exactly that. I posted a very brief question just to, you know, test it out, and it's not really a thought out question. It's just, you know, do you want this or do you want that? It's a Pepsi or Coke type of question. Basically, I say nacho cheese or salsa. Nacho cheese or salsa. I am kind of leaning toward nacho cheese, but salsa's also not that bad. Yes, salsa can be a little bit spicy, but you know, I mean, if you literally mix it in with nacho cheese, you could get something very interesting and very flavorful. So if you're on the U-Stage group page, or if you're just sitting at your house, you know, by the radio or by the computer listening online, just with nothing to do, you can get involved. 860-456-2164, and just tell me, John, do I want nacho cheese or do I want salsa? I want so-and-so. I'm waiting for you. Facebook.com/JFRA91 if you're my Facebook friend and just want to answer this for fun. And most importantly, of course, the U-Stage group page. You guys can answer it yourself. And, you know, whatever responses I get, like the one I got from U-Stage. U-Stage said both nacho cheese and salsa, which is ridiculous. Go throw yourself in a ditch. Jesus, Mary of Mother. Don't do both. Even though I said I would like both, don't do both, okay? Don't follow me. It's like the blind leading the blind. Yeah. U-Stage people, get at me and I'll shout you out. I'll shout out your responses next week on the last show of the semester so we can all be buddies. Shout out, buddies. All right. All right. So what I'll do, I will take another music break, and I think I'll do some more news, and eventually we'll be out of here. Alright. Next song is from a group called Echoes Deluxe. Their album is titled Hold On. A bunch of naked people in some river in the middle of nowhere. Boy, that would be sexy if it was Hawaii and all of these people were gals. I think they're all copies of the same person. I don't know. I have to check into that. It's confusing because the backside has motorcycle racers or professional bike racers. So, are you saying that you would like dirt on your private parts? Maybe you are saying that, dirty bastards. The first song from the album is Rat Race, so we'll play that. Apparently, it's of the Light Rock Fair, so I hope you enjoy. After Hours, everybody.